You know the drill. You have a question, you Google it. It's just what we do. But what if I told you that entire habit is already on its way out? We're going to dive into a massive shift that's happening under our noses and ask the big question, are search engines basically dead already?
I mean, seriously, what if I told you that? It sounds kind of wild, right? Like something from a movie? But this is where we are. That old muscle memory of typing into a search bar, it's being replaced by just having a conversation.
And let's be clear, this isn't some tiny trend for tech nerds. We are talking about a massive, fundamental change in how people get information. Things like ChatGPT, Gemini, they're becoming the go-to, and it's happening way faster than anybody thought.
And here is the stat that should really get your attention. This isn't a guess. 55%. A recent study found that 55% of Americans now prefer to just ask an AI a question instead of using Google. Just let that sink in for a second. More than half the country has already switched up a daily habit we all thought was locked in forever.
So, what's going on? Why is this happening so fast? What's the big deal? Well, let's break down what we're calling the AI advantage.
Okay, so it really just boils down to this. The old way, right? You get a wall of blue links, you have to scroll past a bunch of ads, and you basically have to do the work yourself, piecing the answer together. The new way? You just ask and you get a straight, direct answer. It's tailored to you, it's instant, and for now at least, it's a much cleaner, ad-free experience. It's just faster, way more efficient.
And this isn't just for, writing a term paper. Think about your actual life. People are using AI to plan an entire vacation, from flights to restaurants, or to create a brand new workout routine. Or, hey, find the perfect gift for someone who's impossible to shop for. It'll even help you figure out why your Wi-Fi is so slow or draft that really awkward email you need to send to your boss. It's becoming this super practical, everyday sidekick.
Okay, I'll give you this one. On your phone, it's a game changer. Getting a simple step-by-step guide instead of trying to pinch and zoom on 10 different tiny links, yeah, that is a huge upgrade. But, and this is a big but, all that convenience comes at a price.
And we have got to talk about that price, because as we all rush to lean on these AI systems, we're starting to see some really serious hidden dangers. This technology is not perfect, not by a long shot, and the real cost of all this convenience might be way higher than we realize.
So the first thing you absolutely have to know about is this term you've probably heard thrown around, AI hallucination. It's a weird phrase, but what it means is that the AI will just make things up. Completely. It'll generate information that is totally false, but it'll present it to you with all the confidence of a fact-checked encyclopedia. And if you're using it for something important, well, you can see how that's a huge problem.
And that leads to this other huge issue. We're basically watching the internet shrink. A Google search, for all its faults, gives you dozens of links to different sites, different blogs, different points of view. But in AI, it often just mashes everything together into one single tidy answer. We are at risk of losing that incredible diversity of voices that makes the web so powerful, and instead getting stuck in an echo chamber built by an algorithm. Which brings me to the million-dollar question, or maybe the trillion-dollar question. If AI just scrapes information from all these websites but never actually sends any visitors to them, what happens to the people who create all that amazing content in the first place? The writers, the journalists, the creators, how are they supposed to make a living? The entire foundation of online content and SEO is facing a total collapse. Okay, you're not wrong. We've got clear, amazing benefits on one side and some very, very real risks on the other. But the answer can't be to just pretend this isn't happening. We have to adapt. So let's talk about what this means for the future, for how we find things and for how things get made.
Look, if you make anything for the internet, the rulebook just got thrown out the window. From now on, you have to think about how an AI is going to see your work. That means making your information super easy for an AI to digest. That's being AI accessible. It means thinking about the actual questions people are asking. You have to be prompt friendly. And above all, you've got to provide direct, clear value that an AI can easily grab and understand. But here's the thought that kind of keeps me up at night. We're all getting used to these instant AI summaries, right? They're great. But what happens when that's all we ever see? What's the motivation for anyone to go out and build those incredible deep resources, like a massive Wikipedia page or its super detailed expert blog, if people are only ever going to see the AI's two-sentence version of it?
Exactly, which is why this is the most important part of the whole conversation. We, the users, have to demand transparency. It needs to be crystal clear when we're getting an AI-generated answer versus a list of search results. We need to be able to see the sources the AI used. Without that, we're flying blind,
and we can't make smart choices about the information we're consuming.
So really, this all brings us to the final point. This isn't just about picking Google or picking ChatGPT on your phone. This is a much bigger choice about what kind of internet we want. What do we value more? The incredible speed of a single, perfect answer, or the rich, messy, and diverse world of many different voices? And we want to leave you with this last thing to chew on. The old way of searching, it had this weird accidental magic to it, right? You'd click a link and it would take you down some unexpected rabbit hole and you'd discover something totally new. It actually made you more curious.
Right. But if an AI just gives us the perfect final answer every single time, we might just stop looking. We might stop exploring. So the real question we all need to be asking ourselves is this: if AI is in charge of curating all the answers, who's going to be left to ask the next important questions?